Well, here we are. We're on the old Thames. Now let's have a little lead around and just see if we can find... Oh, that'll be my line clip from yesterday. Yeah, let's just see if we can get in that flow somewhere nice. Maybe in right in the middle of it. Oh, that's nice. Crikey, big old depth that. Bit deeper than Medley yesterday. Just on the edge of the flow somewhere, I think. Go away, Swan. Good. All right, we'll just go there. Right in the flow. See what we can't catch. I am going to clip up. Can always take it off if it's not right. But there's no flow until you get to the flow, if that makes sense. Till about there. Yeah, that will doodle do. Pop some pudding in. Pop three quick feederfuls, then we'll pop our landing net up. See what feeders we've got. Just chuck it into the middle of the flow. If that's not right, we'll come back and fish on the crease a bit. Let's try 45 gram to start with. I've got them up to 90 today, but a large 45. We'll see how that sits. We'll probably have to fish a 60 or heavier. We shall see. I'm not going to put any corn in just yet. I have brought some corn. They've been night fishing to my left by the looks of it, and they're just packing away. Just going to plug this. See if that... Big old channel that is. Big channel. Bleak topping on it. Oh wow, look at all these minnows just topped. I'm very surprised that's holding, to be honest, but we are on the edge of the flow. I'll get a film of these later. Crikey. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just put 3 or 4 of them in. And then we're in business. Oh, they've gone. I thought they was going to stop to say hello, but clearly not. I was interested in what they caught. That is a lovely deep channel. I'm hoping we'll catch some rather large. Bream, chub, maybe a barbel. But bream really, that's all I want to catch really, some bream. There'll be some bream here, isn't there? This is the the lowest and slowest I've ever seen this bit. Quite keen to come with float gear. Wow. Something about fishing a weir, isn't there? Especially when you're by yourself now. My heart sunk when I saw a tent in the background, but luckily they weren't where I wanted to sit. So there we are, we're ready. Let's just pop a hook length on and we'll be off. I am going to fish banded pellet. I've done about 3 hook lengths. They're all 1 metre long. I'll chop them down to suit. I'll deal with that in a sec. And I think because it is quite deep, we're going to start at 3 foot, take it from there. I'm going to shorten this down a touch. I fished quite a short hook length yesterday. I tend to think in this depth, a longer one, you get more of a trail in the deeper water. That's my theory. So probably about 1 metre with the twizzled loop and boom and everything. And let's pop a 6mm banded pellet on to start with. I've got 6/8. I'll pop a 6mm on. I've got a braid hook length, a strong size 16, but it's more like a 14 really. And yeah, that'll do for starters. I better put my landing net together first. We might have to I thought I'd be able to screw my landing net pole into these pebbles a bit easier than what I have done, but hopefully it won't fall down. We'll have another go in a sec if it slips. Yesterday I had 3 casts before I remembered I hadn't put my landing net up. Just a landing net I've had for years and years. I always get asked things like that, so I don't know whether you can get them. I don't think you can get them anymore. But I've had it years and years and years. So a few more pellets. Baited up already. Nice long hook length. 45 gram feeder to start with. See how we get on. I haven't even had any breakfast, but I have to wait an hour before I'm allowed to eat breakfast anyway. So alright, that's compacted in pretty nicely. Let's stand up for this. Peel that down. Boom. Takes a long time to settle that. Now, I don't know whether to pop it in my chair there. We'll pop it lowish in my chair to begin with. I might have it down there. What do you reckon? No, let's have it down here. Yeah, a bit higher. So I've got just a few hours this morning. I want to get home for, well, I'd like to get home for 10 o'clock if I can. Right, straight away. They're on it straight away. They're definitely dips and taps. They are. That's not the feeder moving. Now there's millions of crayfish in this place. So last time I came with sort of natural baits, worm and casters and dead maggots, and just got mullered a little bit. I did lose a big fish, which I think was a big chub. But there's all sorts in here. It's a special old Billa River. It taps straight away. It's encouraging. I'm just going to fish banded pellet. Yesterday I eventually conceded and put some casters in, but I just fancy just being single-minded and fish like 3 hours on the pellet. Probably won't be fishing any more than that. I think 3 hours is ample to get my fix. I think we're going to catch, you know. Where we are. Oh, that was a drop back. That was a drop back. That was most certainly a drop back. I'm going to pop a 6mm on straight away, I think. I haven't got enough ground bait anyway to fish for longer. Pop an 8mm. I've got two sides of 8mm. These are old Sonamates 8mm halibut pellets. That shows how much halibut pellet fishing I do. I think there's a lot of males out there. The Thames is heaving with fish. I'm going to really compact it this time. Probably can do an overhead sit down cast. I had a tap on the way down then, I'm sure I did. Right, I'm going to try having it there. I want to fish the lightest feeder I can over there. So if it bounces a touch, that's not a problem. But I want a nice big positive drop back. Yeah, last time I came, it was absolutely raging and a massive sort of back eddy. But I tend to come at funny times of the year when the river's not at its best, and it's probably not at its best now. We've had a bit of a heat wave. We're just coming out of a heat wave now. No, bite straight away. There, definitely bites. Didn't know whether to strike at that or not. I think because I've got a hair rig pellet, I just need to sit on my hands a little bit. It's not like fishing a live bait, straight hooks, where I've got to hit the bite. I think when it's on, it's going to be on. So I've got a mixture hook length. So I'm going to start off on a nice strong braid hook length. And but I've got some nice fluorocarbon hook lengths as well. We'll see. Oh, no, that wasn't the swan. That was not the swan. But he's right in front. Oh, it might have been the swan. Bloody well was the swan. Right, they've gone up there now. They're going to leave me alone. Hey up! I got a blink. That has actually took my hook. That is unbelievable. Look, I've left it down the side. Look, that is in the mouth. A minnow. It's hooked in the mouth. Oh, leave it on the hook. How on earth is that? Sorry, mate. Where were we? Told you, no shortage of greedy mouse in this river. Thought I'd be paying out a bow, but the way that, with all this slack water between me and where I'm chucking, I clearly don't need to. Surprisingly deep channel. Surprisingly chilly as well. I might be popping my coat on in a sec. Got my little jacket with me. So minimum of tackle. Another commando mission. Yesterday I went to the Thames at Medley and cycled there, cycled to the poplars. Took ages leading around to find a little hole in the weed. There was no end of weed. And I caught 2 bream, but I don't feel I got it quite right. And I don't think it was there was enough meat on the bone for a film. So that was just 2 or 3 hours last night. Basically fished till it got dark. Got there about 6. So what was that? 7, 8, maybe, yeah. 2.5 hours I reckon I fished. And I said I only had a couple of bream. I expected 3 or 4. But most interesting thing is every time I chuck, an eruption. I'm assuming it's a massive shoulder bleak. Absolutely, like something out of David Attenborough. absolute eruption, and these pikes smashing into the middle of them, clean out the water several times. Probably £10 plus pike. Is it right? Yep. We got one. Oh, we had one. Oh, it came off straight away. That was on. We had one straight away. Nodded for a little bit and just came off. Never felt in danger at all yesterday of losing anything, and I had to literally pull the bream through the weed. Oh, could have been anything, that. Felt reasonable. Just trying to remember which bush I was chucking to. Oh. So hopefully it's going to warm up. It said it'd be about 12 degrees now, and it's going to get to about 21. But say we're coming out of a heat wave. But it feels right for me. So there we are. We've got one. That's a fish. Now there's a. Not doing a lot. There's a bit of a bank of weed or something there. I noticed when I reeled through. So I'm keeping it nice and high. Not doing a lot. Not yet. There's a nod. There's definitely a lot of weed in here. Oh, yes. Bream number one. That's a good one as well. This is when I wish I'd brought my wellies. Oh. So low to the ground, my depth perception had totally gone. Brilliant. Bream number one, and it's a good one. He's a few pound, that is. It's not took long this morning. Bream number one. Absolute beaut of a fish. I made up with that. I say, if I can catch 3 or 4 bream early, that's all we need. Nice big Thames bream. And we've had him pretty early. Result. Nothing fancy at all. I'll show you my rig quick anyway. I made it up when I got here. I've just got a 45 gram open end feeder, which I like in the deeper pegs because I can really pack it, it gets down. I used a cage yesterday at Medley because it was much shallower. I've just got a little twizzle boom, which is longer than the length of the feeder, loop to loop my hook length, and I've got another little twizzle and one little knot there that it can pass over freely, but it just helps set the hook a little bit, and one number 8 as a stopper. And then the hook length, I've actually got 016 braid, a 16, and a band at the moment. But that was a good bite, wasn't it? I'm putting plenty of pellets, bit of pudding in there in the middle, and capping it off each end. I'm trying to squeeze it on pretty tight because I want it to get down, I don't want it to explode. Perfect anyway. Rod rest slowly sinking, but that's all right. If it becomes a problem, we'll. It's probably better that this sort of height anyway. Don't need it really high. There's no flow until you get to sort of 4/5 of the way across. I think it's a big shallow bar and then it drops down into that big gully where the weir is. Go on then, let's see if we can catch a minimum of 2 more. I'm sure the barbel anglers and the chub anglers that come here get annoyed by the bream, but I like to catch them. And they do fight in the river. That one didn't pull up the biggest of scraps, but they are fit fish. Might be the only bream we see, you don't know, do you? But really, I should have brought my wellies so I could wade out a little bit. I've forgotten how shallow and beachy it was here. Probably get to sort of 8 in the morning and they'll all be rowing just here as well. So try and beat the rowers. Catch 2 or 3 before the rowers. Being chased. Yesterday, my tip slammed down, like literally like twice, and 100% guaranteed it was that pike going through, because it was soon followed by one jumping out of the water. We caught a couple of bream, but I always think 3 is a good number to aim for. And if you catch 3, you've done it half right. If you only catch 2, you've not done it quite right. That's my thinking. I've had a couple of plugs. I'm going to risk twitching it. Couldn't twitch it at all yesterday. You'd have been straight into the weed. So last time I came here, there was logs and all sorts rotating around and going backwards and all sorts. Lots and lots of snags. And on natural baits, I just got crayfish to death. Leaving it out there too long. I think there's plenty of mouths. Oh, it's definitely a bank of weed or something that you hit just there. Leaf on the hook. I said that next time I return, I'll just come with a sort of pellet, a more specimen-y sort of pellet-based approach, and see, just out of curiosity. The match angler in me wants to fish casters and worms and maybe sweet corn, but the amount of mouths in this river certainly suggests a more pellety approach would make sense. And I know this weir sees no end of pellet anglers anyway, so they certainly know what halibut pellets are. Like I say, I've got some sweet corn I could start introducing. In my experience, crayfish absolutely love sweet corn. So they just home in on the yellow of it. I don't know why. So, but yeah, we could potentially put some sweet corn in as well. Go on then, we'll catch a couple more. It's only a short morning session. Show you these. Wow, look at that. Ravenous. Right, another cast. Oh. Hey, oh, we got a fish on. How long's that been on? That's definitely a fish. Another bream. Just that little raft there. Well, there was no bite, was there? I see a bream in the mouth. Not half as big as the last one. Okay. We got one. That one's £3, so I reckon the other one was about, I'm gonna say 4. I'm quite keen to put a 6mm on and see if that's any better or worse. Try and find a nice long one. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Picked the rod up and it were on. Daft really, I've got a feeder arm that comes off this chair and I haven't brought it. But it was only a last minute decision to chuck a chair in. I was going to sit on the bank. That's what I did yesterday. So it's about 6:15, we've already got 2. Catch one more, we'll have some breakfast. Just made myself a couple of brioche rolls. You got one on again. Oh yeah. Here's that big one again. Nice big one. There we go. Fish number 3. I've had my wits about me, that's one would have wiped me out. Oh, it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning and I've already achieved my goal of 3. I'm not saying a lot because I feel really rough. Head is pounding.